corner. Hamilton goes very deep and now gets a decent exit coming out of turn 3. You're right, Martin. And he's alongside the Red Bull. Is he past the Red Bull? Inside line for Ricciardo. Just hangs on to third place. Bottas squirming around, hasn't got the grip that he wants, holding off Sebastian Vettel for what is a thrilling climax. It's Bottas from Vettel and completing the podium places. Dani Ricciardo comes home to hold off Lewis Hamilton.
Hello everyone guys, here we are again to watch the second half of my 2017 Formula 1 documentary Silver vs Red F1 2017 Clash of Champions. In case you are watching the replay of this live and you missed the first part, here you will see a card where you can get access to this first half of the documentary, the first half of the watch-along. Let's go! Silverstone, British Grand Prix, Silver vs Red Clash of Champions. Lewis, starting in pole, very important. And Sebastian is second, as usual, in this season. No, sorry, third. Second is Raikkonen. Raikkonen out-qualified Sebastian Vettel in this race. Then is Vettel. And then is a Red Bull there, I've seen.
It's lights out and away we go. And
here we go.
Clear from Raikkonen.
With a start from Raikkonen as well.
In the lead, then ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, Max Verstappen. On the outside goes Max Verstappen. Inside Sebastian Vettel.
Great pass by Max, but now Vettel is fourth.
Huge pressure from the Red Bull driver and it pays off. He gets past Vettel before the start of the Wellington Straight.
Wow.
Now here
we go.
Another move on Verstappen.
Is he close enough?
Wow. By the inside.
Inside Sebastian Vettel through Stowe.
Wow. Max is still there. They touch.
He's still just ahead. The crowd are loving this. Into the.
Wow. Vettel is blaming, like, what are you doing, Max? No, but we all know Max is how aggressive he is.
Vettel gets pushed on the track. Verstappen's on the track himself.
Wow, that's obviously now Sebastian is fourth in this Grand Prix and Hamilton is leading. I think Vettel in this situation knows that. Remember, he has 20 points advantage over Lewis, but in this position he's losing actually 13 points against Lewis. So that's why he wants to really get past Verstappen as soon as possible, you know, to try to finish at least second, you know, to try to minimize that damage in the championship. But Verstappen is there, and when Verstappen have a chance, you know how difficult it is to pass Max. I like this image from the mechanic of in Ferrari, like saying, I'm not sure who he was talking about doing this move, like saying he's not thinking about it, or I think it happened during the battle between Vettel and Verstappen. Probably this mechanic was discussing with one of his colleagues about the battle between Max and Sebastian. Oh, here we go again.
That was another move under braking.
Okay, Vettel blaming about move under braking. That's classic sometimes.
Sebastian Vettel
Will to stop.
Trying the undercut.
Okay, he cannot pass Max on track. Maybe they said, let's do it in boxes.
Something around the 2 second mark would be good. Driver stop.
Oh, the pit stop has to be good to cover Sebastian.
On his marks tyres, a change soft tyre goes on, but that seemed to be held. Here comes Sebastian.
Oh, we have it. Yes. Nice move. Nice move by Ferrari there, undercutting Max. So now Sebastian is there. Oh, that's the distance. That's Sebastian Vettel is being pressured by the other Mercedes. That is Valtteri Bottas. That is in ultra soft tires, and Vettel is in soft.
Bottas is going to be challenging down into Stowe.
Oh, here we go.
He's getting the toe. He's going to try and go around the outside. Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, the same move.
Has he got? Oh, they almost touch wheels as he comes back onto the track. Vettel stays out.
Oh.
Up massively.
Wow, that can damage his front tire, left front. Probably one of the tires that suffer most in this track. Watch out with that. Better stay ahead. Oh, no, now.
He's going to do it this time because he was that much closer.
Wow, Vettel lost the place with the other Mercedes. For some reason, looks that here Ferrari is not so strong in this race. Even Valtteri passed Sebastian Vettel in this race.
I have no more fronts. They've been blistering for 20 laps.
Oh, blistering. Wow. Now the problem is, I think Vettel trying to undercut Max forced to Ferrari to pit him really early in the race. So probably some under soft tires. We see now, this is Raikkonen, this is Kimi Raikkonen, I think he's second in this race, but it seems that he's also in soft tires.
Raikkonen behind.
He's got a puncture.
Oh!
He's got a puncture.
Puncture, left front.
Front left tires.
Look at that. And this is Sebastian again. It's the same.
Maybe it is.
The same thing, the same puncture than Raikkonen. The tires blows up, you know, the left front. That is the tire that locks also Sebastian in that fight with Valtteri. You know, Silverstone is a really difficult track to save tires and to protect, you know, from the wear. So I think Sebastian paid the price, but also Kimi Raikkonen. Terrible. So wow, Vettel has to go to box and try to change the tires without damaging the car more.
Getting slippy. He's got a puncture too.
Wow. Unlucky. Wow, fortunately came to box. He will lose a lot of time. Seventh place.
Hamilton, once a four-time winner of the British Grand Prix. It's a fifth British Grand Prix.
And Lewis wins.
Hamilton at Silverstone.
Nothing to say. Lewis is always so strong here and at Silverstone, and once again he was able to win Silverstone. Perfect. This is exactly what he needs to stay alive in the championship.
Beautiful work there, mate. Lovely job. Home Grand Prix, mate. Can't beat it, can you?
Fantastic job, guys. Fantastic job all weekend. And what can I say about these fans? We've got the best fans here. Thank you, everyone. I see you out there. Thank you. God bless you.
Obviously now people celebrating with Lewis. And by the way, some people, when they watch the documentary, sometimes people write in the comments below, who is this guy? And this guy was, at that time, I don't remember the name, sorry for the git, but I don't remember the name right now. But this guy had a terrible accident in Formula 4 or Formula Regional, I don't remember in which category, but in that season, that year, 2017, he had a terrible accident and he lost his two legs in that scary accident. And probably he was invited to be part of the podium ceremony or something, and he is there watching. That's this guy. So unfortunate for him. This is the guy. I don't remember the name. If someone knows, please write it in the chat or in the comments below. Sorry, I forgot the name. But yeah, this is the story. Guys, by the way, Sebastian Vettel finished 7th after that puncture. And look at the standings, guys, now. Basically, with this context and this race, Lewis, that was 20 points behind, is just now 1 point behind in the standings, behind Sebastian Vettel, guys. So that race, that incident, that tire blow up of Sebastian Vettel cost him all the advantage that was gained in the last races against Lewis in Azerbaijan and Baku. Cost him all the gap. So now the championship is still absolutely in contention again. 1 point difference between both drivers, guys. It's unbelievable how this championship swings between Vettel and Hamilton. There is not like any of them is able to create a big gap in the championship. Sometimes every time one of them starts to build a gap in points with the other driver, something happens and that turns around the situation, and once again it's happening. But that's what makes exciting and really, you know, interesting the championship fight, you know. So let's continue. Next race, Hungarian. Oh, I had to fix that graphic. Hungarian Grand Prix. This is Saturday qualifying. This is Sebastian Vettel on board. Final corner.
Round the final turn. Has he got any better than a 1:16.2? No, it's a 1:16.2.
Ferrari.
What about Raikkonen misses out? It's a Ferrari. Front row lock.
Wow. Nice.
Yes! Pole position, P1.
Grazie. I lost the front a bit in the last sector. It was really good the last lap.
Wow, 1 and 2, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen, Hungarian Grand Prix. probably a completely different track for Ferrari and Mercedes. To Silverstone is much more slow speed track, slow corners, rear traction is very important. Rear tires management is very important, exactly the opposite to Silverstone. And for some reason in this season, Ferrari was really strong in this kind of tracks where that are more similar to street circuits, you know, stop and go circuits where, as I said, traction is more important, rear management is more important, aerodynamic is not so important. That is where Ferrari was stronger than Mercedes. In other tracks where aerodynamic, high-speed corners were predominant, these are the tracks where Mercedes dominates this season. So for the moment, Ferrari has done the job in qualifying, but obviously now Sebastian has to convert this 1 and 2 in qualifying into something real in race. So let's see if he's able to do it. Hungarian Grand Prix. Sebastian focus P1, pole position. And Lewis P4. Lewis even was out-qualified by his teammate once again, Valtteri Bottas. We are seeing now this season that Valtteri Bottas has been extremely competitive, especially in qualifying. He out-qualifies Hamilton sometimes this season. We saw in the documentary once again. And yeah, it's interesting to see how much strong was Valtteri in his first season in Mercedes as a teammate of Lewis Hamilton. So, interesting battle. 1 and 2 Ferrari, and then the Mercedes. Let's see what happened here.
Ahead of the drivers, and it's lights out, and away we go.
With the start.
Very well, but Sebastian Vettel moves across to cut him off, and then Valtteri just behind.
This is like a train. Ferrari, Mercedes.
Kimi Raikkonen on the inside.
Oh, Raikkonen challenging Vettel.
Dani Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton now having a look down the inside, locking up just
Lewis lost a place with one Red Bull.
a little bit as the two Ferraris lead them into turn 1. Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, looking. Oh, contact between both Red Bulls. I think it's. I think was Verstappen in the inside and Dani Ricciardo on the outside, but definitely they contact. And obviously that helps to Lewis to recover one place, but now it's 5th.
Bottas from Verstappen and Hamilton, and Alonso and Sainz really going for it.
Oh.
Verstappen has got Hamilton.
Lewis against Verstappen. This is classic.
All over his tail. Can he slip down the inside? And Verstappen blocks him off.
Radio check. We're having IT issues in the garage.
Loud and clear. Good to have you back.
Oh, now Lewis seems has to have radio communication issues. That's terrible for a strategy.
Steering is hanging to the left when I'm
Wow.
right.
Is it getting worse or is it stable?
I thought it's getting worse.
Okay, so basically, then this race Vettel leads. I think Lewis is 5th, and both protagonists of the documentary are in troubles. Lewis has no radio, is missing, his radio is failing, and Sebastian have some kind of issue that makes his steering wheel is not just in a straight position. It's like a bit turned on into the left, I think. You can see even in the onboard camera how it's like pointing a bit to the left when he's in a straight line. So let's see if this trouble both are having now will cost him places or or performance in the race. But yeah. Luis stop. Till for now he passed, I think, Max, probably in the pit stops or in an undercut or something, because we didn't saw. Now Vettel stops. Still leading.
You're going full speed because obviously Mercedes is catching.
This is Raikkonen talking in the radio. He's asking about if Sebastian is really pushing because it's been a bit stuck, Raikkonen behind Vettel, and Mercedes is catching Valtteri Bottas and Lewis.
He has handling issues at the minute, Kimi. He's struggling with his handling. Try to avoid heavy curbing.
So Vettel is in a critical situation. He needs to drive carefully to try to don't damage that steering wheel more. Now probably sacrificing a bit of pace. The good thing here is that it's Hungary. In this track it's difficult to pass, even when you are closer. So probably now what is causing this issue of Sebastian is that he's forming a train between and the Ferrari and the Mercedes. And let's see how he's able to manage Sebastian this issue, definitely.
Radio check.
Oh, I've got your back, Lewis. Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Okay, man, look, I got a lot of pace.
Okay, looks Hamilton now has recovered his radio communications. Let's see what he can say.
Not let me use it. I don't know why the Ferraris are slow. I don't know why.
Because I can tell you, Luis, because Sebastian have a handling issue.
But yeah, keep your head down. Race is going to come to us. Just keep your tyres in good shape. And yeah, things will start happening soon.
If I can't catch them and get past them, I have to let them back past. Or just let me know when I can race Valtteri.
Oh, that's really very, very interesting communication. So here the situation is, Luis is fourth behind Valtteri, then is Raikkonen second and Vettel first. All these four are really close to each other. Hamilton is asking to the team if Valtteri can let him pass, because he thinks that he has more pace than Valtteri. Maybe if Valtteri let pass Luis can challenging the Ferraris, Raikkonen first and then Sebastian. And Luis is saying that please let me go because maybe I have a chance to fight with the Mercedes. And if I cannot do it, I will bring back the position to Valtteri. If you don't let me to do it and to pass Valtteri and to try to challenge the Ferraris, just let me know when I can race Valtteri. Because if you don't allow me to pass Valtteri, I will fight with him for position. That's the thing is saying or try to suggest to the team.
Yeah, copy Lewis. Yeah, we are looking at it. We are managing it. We'll let you know.
So basically, now Toto Wolff, team principal, and his race engineers has to decide if accept the strategy that Luis is proposing, to say in some way. And I think that's the gesta that says, okay, let's switch positions with Valtteri.
Okay, Lewis, Valtteri's going to let you past.
Exactly.
Turn 1, you can go strap mode 3. Ferraris are just up ahead.
So they will make the switch. Here we go. Luis pass. And now Luis has to prove that he has pace enough to fight the Ferraris. Remember, if not, he has to bring back the position to Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, they are there. You can see the distance. It's not too much.
DRS.
Right, he's close.
He has got it this time, and he can put his foot down and try and get
but not enough.
closer to Kimi Raikkonen.
So we've been given 5 more laps. 5 more laps. Front calipers are reaching the limit.
Okay, now, wow, this race has been really strategic. I love it. Basically it's trying, but the problem is that when you try and you get close too much to the cars, in Formula 1 your car overheating because you are very close to the next car. And now Hamilton tried a good amount of laps to pass Raikkonen, but that forced him to be really close to the Ferrari, and that is overheating the brakes, the front brakes, and that's a problem, That's why the team is giving to Luis 5 more laps. If he's not able to pass Raikkonen in 5 laps, he has to bring back the position to Valtteri. Let's try.
And in his 50th race for the Scuderia,
but he can't.
Vettel rounds the final corner and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Nice win, and Sebastian was able to manage that handling issues and wins again.
Un'altra bandiera, Maranello, vai! Grazie! Forza Ferrari!
Great victory. I don't know how much time he was without winning since last race he won was let me remember when he was in Austria he didn't won Valtteri, in Azerbaijan won Daniel Ricciardo, Canada won Luis, and before Canada I think it was Monaco. I think Monaco was the previous race he won.
Valtteri Bottas.
Now is the switch in the last lap. Last corner of the last lap, Luis let pass Valtteri.
Is allowed past his teammate to take his place on the podium.
Wow.
Lewis
And Max Verstappen is there, very close.
Hamilton finishes 4th.
Well, great move by Luis, I have to say. I really love how he managed the situation, because sometimes the driver can be selfish and to say, no, I will not let pass Valtteri because I will score 3 more points that maybe I will need for the championship, for the last race of the championship. But here, in this season, it's true that Valtteri was not in the championship fight, but he was in a position that could be in the championship fight. Even we can check the standings. It will be an interesting exercise to do how the standings were after that Grand Prix between Valtteri, Bottas, Vettel and Hamilton. Should be a very interesting exercise. Let me check it. Hungary. Well, this is the championship after the Hungarian Grand Prix. Valtteri is not in a bad position, to be honest. It's not in a bad position at that point. 169 points. It's 19 points behind Lewis. And it's 33 points behind the championship lead. It's not... I mean, he's in a position to still fighting for the championship at this point. So, makes sense that Lewis has to let pass Valtteri because he still have chances to be in the fight. Has chances to be in the fight.
Lewis, it's James. Thank you very, very much for doing that. You did a really good race, mate. Well done.
Well done. Yeah, exactly. Well done by Lewis. It was fantastic what he did, how he managed the situation, and fair play because he let pass Valtteri as he promised. And well, this is the standings we saw previously. Vettel leads by 14 points now, increase the gap again. It's a gap that is not critical for Lewis, obviously, but Vettel is still leading. Very happy. The Italian anthem for Ferrari. Great day. Well, okay, the championship is still on, definitely. Now move on to the next Grand Prix. That I think is Spa. Wow, this race.
Well, in this, his 200th race weekend.
Spa-Francorchamps, what a great track. One of my favorites with Silverstone, for example. Suzuka, one of the classics. It's I love this track. I think most of people love this track. So let's see what happened this weekend in this race with the championship on the air between the Luis, Sebastian, you know.
He's on provisional pole at the moment, and the time the rest have to beat is
Lewis.
1:42.5 by Lewis Hamilton. It's a new track record. There is Sebastian.
Track record. I remember in this season, with these cars that were wider tires, bigger front wings, bigger rear wings. They in some tracks they were destroying track records. We know, you know, with these regulations, they were really fast. Let's see if Sebastian can beat Lewis for pole.
Vettel, the man who will now try and deny Lewis Hamilton that record, equaling 68th pole position in Formula One. Vettel crosses the line, and it's second. Lewis Hamilton.
Wow, boy, Lewis Hamilton on pole, exactly what he needs to try to hang on the championship fight with Sebastian Vettel.
Hamilton, it is the equaling record pole position, 68
wow.
in Formula One for Michael Schumacher, and now for Lewis Hamilton as well.
And now we saw in the first part of the documentary how Lewis matched or equaled the Ayrton Senna record of pole positions, his idol in Formula One in Canada, and now some races later he equals the 68 poles of Michael Schumacher, that at that time was the driver with most poles ever in Formula One. And now here, Lewis in 2017, after 10 years in Formula One, only 10 seasons, he matched the pole positions of Michael Schumacher. That's why some people say nowadays, Lewis was not so good, you know. Man, he was so good, and he's so good, and look at the numbers at this part of his career, you know. And he was it was some years without having a dominant car. The previous three he had, but even in McLaren, he was very fast when he had not a dominant car, and he scored a lot of pole positions as well. So you cannot deny Lewis Hamilton's talent in Saturday qualifiers. So yeah, well. Pole position for Lewis, second place for Sebastian. Classic 1 and 2, they are always there more or less. 14 points, Vettel defends his championship lead by 14 points. Lewis has to win this race to be closer to Vettel again and to still in the fight in this amazing Grand Prix. Let's see what he can do. I lost. This is one of my favorite editings in the documentary as well, I have to say, because of the music. I love it. The editing, what happened also in this race. Let's see. But, let's enjoy it. Spa. Ferrari, Mercedes, Vettel, Hamilton. All the way for the win.
It's lights out, away we go.
Let's start for both.
Lewis Hamilton into turn one in the lead.
No, in a rush. Vettel can attack Lewis.
Up ready on we go. Hamilton leads Vettel, who's got a good slipstream now.
Here we go. I can't. It's lacking speed in a straight line. It cannot pass. Look at that. Hamilton is faster in speed line, in speed trap.
Challenging into the Lecom. Lewis Hamilton stays out in front.
For the moment, we can go with him. No problem.
I think definitely in this race proves that the Ferrari car now probably they have a configuration or setup for the corners for sector 2, but they are sacrificing straight line speed, and Lewis looks that they have a less downforce in the straight line that makes him faster in the straight line sections and slower in the corners. That's why Sebastian can follow him, but the problem is that he cannot pass because it's having a lack of straight line speed. So difficult. Let's see if Vettel can find some way to pass Lewis here. Stops 4. Obviously it's 4 now, but because there's people that has to stop. Once everyone stop, it will be first again. Vettel second.
Perez and Ocon.
Oh, again, Perez and Ocon. Do you remember what happened in between these two in Canada, in Baku? They always crash.
As we go down.
Wow, again.
Once again.
No.
Over the track. We're going to have to see, I think, a safety car.
Wow, safety car.
Why is this safety car driving so slow?
Oh, well, that can change. Maybe this is the chance Vettel have in this race, guys. Maybe this is the chance that he have. Now on cold tires, after the safety car restart, maybe Vettel can challenge Lewis.
Racing again. Hamilton leads this race then from Sebastian Vettel.
It's close. Wow.
And Sebastian Vettel's got a
It's really close.
really good slipstream now. Going down through Eau Rouge at 200 miles an hour.
Wow, this can be the moment.
Sebastian Vettel pulls to one side. The championship leader is alongside Lewis
Wheel to wheel.
Hamilton. The championship leader edges ahead. Hamilton fights back.
Again. Ferrari lacks straight line speed. You see, the Mercedes is quicker, and that's why Vettel cannot pass Lewis.
Hamilton protects the lead.
Can't.
As he reaches the line now, Hamilton wins in Spa on this Sunday afternoon.
Get in there, Lewis.
Great win anyway.
Fantastic work, Lewis. Really good result. Pinto, Sebastian. Pinto, strong race. Nearly there. Well done.
The last restart, I was too close. Should have been further back.
That's interesting. It was saying that I should have held back. Like maybe he has to wait a bit more to pass. It's difficult because under the slipstream, Vettel was faster than Lewis. But once he left the slipstream, the problem is with the setup the Ferrari had, he cannot pass him. So maybe he had to wait until the very, 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 very last moment before the braking after Eau Rouge to use all the slipstream possible and to pass him with the speed extra of the slipstream. But it's very difficult because you have to be there a long, long time. Difficult. I think this is the thing he's trying to say Sebastian here. So, yeah. Difficult for Seb, but he tried. At least he finished second.
Grazie davvero, grazie.
Understand this. Vettel is still leading, but only now by 7 points. Hi, Baling Georgi. How are you, man? Here we are watching the second half of the Silver versus Red. I hope you enjoy it. And welcome to the Watchalong. Guys, remember 7 points difference now. Now we go to Monza, Italian Grand Prix. 7 points difference is just the difference between first and second. So both now in this Grand Prix, they will have the chance to ends as a new championship leader Lewis and maintain the lead for Sebastian. So crucial Grand Prix, Ferrari racing at home in Italy, qualifying as you can see here, and looks like it's raining.
Hamilton would love to get pole out right though as he crosses the line now. It's the record.
Wow, Lewis on pole.
59 poles in Formula One. Michael Schumacher's record goes here at Monza this afternoon.
And Lewis now has become in the driver with most pole positions in Formula 1 history, 69, beating Michael Schumacher record. At Monza, that is the home of Ferrari, where is Sebastian Vettel, the rival of Lewis. Absolutely epic in wet conditions in Monza. Absolutely epic for Lewis. Look at how happy he is.
They will be absolutely gutted. Raikkonen only 7, Vettel only 8.
And the Ferraris, with this situation in rain conditions, Ferrari Kimi finished 7th, Vettel 8th. So they have to do something in race to recover this situation, because if not, Lewis, if wins, will be the new championship leader at Monza, the home of Scuderia Ferrari, you know. It's terrible situation for Sebastian Vettel here. Race day. Everyone cheering for Seb, but this starts very at the back, in 6th place. So he had work to do here, Sebastian. Go.
And it's lights out, and away we go. Hamilton does get away well. Stroll already.
We'll start.
As Hamilton comes.
Wow, it's Lewis, Stroll second in the Williams, and there is a Force India. I don't know. I don't remember what happened in this qualifying. Probably the rain helps to build this starting grid. But wow, it was incredible to see Stroll in second and there the Force India. I think it's Ocon.
Tim off from Esteban Ocon. Yes. Sebastian Vettel has lost places.
Still 6th.
Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen as Hamilton
has to pass.
Sebastian Vettel through the first of the Lesmos does get ahead of Kimi Raikkonen.
Okay, Sebastian, Kimi let pass Sebastian. He has to do, because Kimi have no chances in the championship.
But he's got DRS. Has Sebastian
That's Ocon.
Up and into the podium places? Yes, he has.
Nice. Okay, now Vettel is there. Had he pace to fight with the Mercedes or not? Or maybe they are too far away now. Speed, he won. Vettel third. Vettel still leading. I am fine, thanks. I am for Hungary. This documentary is amazing. It really gives you goosebumps. Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know. You're for Hungary. Just we watched the Hungarian Grand Prix a couple of minutes ago, or the Grand Prix of your country previously. But nice to know. Thank you for letting me know, man. Yeah, I'm agree with you, and I said multiple times while we were watching this documentary this weekend and the part 1 previous week, that is my favorite. Definitely, this is my favorite documentary of all I made. I love. Well, it's my own work, but I love so much how I was able to edit in. The music is really nice. I love it. The battle between Lewis and Seth, the color grading, the graphics. I love everything from this documentary, and I think it's my favorite. So absolutely agree with you, man.
It's been an absolute breeze for Hamilton today. He takes the championship lead.
And Lewis wins in Italy, the home of Ferrari, the team where is Vettel, and now he becomes again in the new championship leader. Amazing weekend for Lewis. Amazing 2 races in Spain, Monza. Terrible for Sebastian Vettel. But the gap is only 3 points, so the battle is still on, of course.
For the first time in 2017, and wins the Italian Grand Prix.
Obviously, Toto Wolff super happy, Mercedes super happy, Lewis super happy. It's the moment for them. It's the moment of the championship for them now. They are in the momentum.
It's in there, Lewis. It's just a walk in the park.
What a message from Bono. Just like a walk in the park, like saying, wow, we are dominating like crazy.
P3, Sebastian. P3. Well done.
Grazie, ragazzi.
And by Sebastian, I have to say, seeing that he started 6th, at least he finished in podium, you know? At least he can see the Tifosi in the podium and just behind 2 Mercedes. At least he minimized damage again.
Grazie a tifosi. Last 15, 20 laps after I went off, something was wrong. So that's why I went up and down on engine.
Oh, interesting. So looks that Sebastian had some issues in the engine as well. He was switching buttons and things to try to fix it. Not sure if that caused him to fight with the Mercedes. Probably the gap was too much, but yeah, good to know as well that they had troubles or issues with the engine. And this is the post-race, the cool-down room before the podium. Sebastian looks a bit tired.
You guys look pace there, huh?
Yeah, we're not so quick.
At the end, you picked up some pace, no?
I think I had an issue at the end, but
Yeah.
A handling issue at the end, like in Hungary.
I think we were around half a second at least down.
I think Sebastian is telling to Luis the kind of issues he had during the race, and Luis tried to ask Sebastian if he has more pace than he shows in race. You know, he was not sure how the Ferrari pace was, but Sebastian was saying to Luis like something like, no, really, I could not challenge you. I was having some troubles and some issues, so that's like a mental game, you know. I was a Mercedes fan back then, and they were really consistent. Also, the upgrades for Ferrari didn't really work until the end of the season, maybe, and their reliability was quite poor. Yeah, let's watch during this watch along how is the outcome of this documentary. But yeah, absolutely agree. That's a very good analysis. Ferrari reliability, at least we are seeing now that Vettel is starting to having some reliability issues. Obviously, don't try to anticipate things still, but Mercedes was one of the best points for Mercedes this season was the reliability and how strong they show in each race in terms of reliability. That helps a lot in a championship fight that is so close between both two teams all the season, you know. So it's a very good analysis.
But you didn't push at the end. No, exactly.
And Vettel is saying to Luis, yeah, you didn't push at the end, like saying, like it's like Sebastian is trying to say, Luis, I know you have more pace, but you did not use it. You know, like you cannot lie me. I think it's some kind of mind games between both drivers that are fighting for a championship. I love these moments where the drivers that fight for the championship speak between each other. Always, it's like a mental game, you know, a mind game between both to try to don't show too much vulnerabilities, you know. By the way, which country are you from? I'm from Spain. Spanish, I am. Some people knows by my accent. A lot of people say me that they realize I can be Italian or Spanish because of my accent, but no, I'm from Spain. So let's continue.
I want to go.
Who? That's very good. So enjoy them.
I put this clip in the documentary, but because at this point I have no idea where they were talking about that, why Vettel said to Luis enjoy them. I'm not sure. I can imagine. I have my theories, but I will not share here because I have no idea. So let's continue. Let's go to the podium.
Sebastian Vettel of Germany.
Well done, Sef. At least he can enjoy the tifosi around on the podium, you know. Obviously, he's not in the position he would like to be. That is P1.
Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes AMG Petronas, and in their honour, the British and German national anthems.
And well, that's the situation. Now move on.
I'm not too stressed and very much looking forward to the next races. I know this team has still got a lot in them, and we need to keep pushing, no doubt. Mercedes is very strong and a little bit ahead at the moment, but you know, it's not the end of the season.
Will you take the chance?
Well, it's not the end of the season, but looks that Mercedes have found something and they are now ahead, clearly. I speak Spanish, not fluently, but at a B2 level. My favorite races in 2017 was Baku, which was full of chaos and unpredictable actions. Really, congratulations. B2, I think, is a good level. I'm sure you can say something. So, nice to know that you can speak my language, my native language. Good luck with it. Next race is Singapore, right? Yes. It is. So I think we can be ready for that. My favorite race in 2017 was Baku. Yeah, probably mine as well. It was Baku. It was so crazy. We watching I don't know if you watched the first Watchalong, the first part of the Watchalong. We were watching this documentary last Thursday. If anyway, after this live, I recommend you to go to the part 1 because you will enjoy the first half of the documentary. Not now, just let's finish first this stream. But we were watching that race that in Baku, and yeah, I enjoyed a lot watching it. And again, I'm reliving all these moments. Well, absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. Smiley face. Yeah, are you a Mercedes fan or what? Are you happy to see Singapore or what? Because if you're a Ferrari fan, I think it's not a good moment for be a Ferrari fan. Anyway, let's keep listening, Sebastian, before this Grand Prix ends.
Championship lead back in Singapore.
Well, I can't make any promises, and to be honest, lead or no lead, for sure it's better to be in the lead, but
of course, it's much better to be in the lead.
The most important is to lead after the last race, the rest.
Of course. You are a fan. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is gonna be Hertz, but let's watch. Let's watch anyway. I'm sure you will watching. It can be painful, but I was watching that race live and dropped my dinner on the floor. Really? Wow. Yeah, it was crazy. When I watched it, I was watching on live as well, and it was like, Mamma mia. Even I remember that race. Well, let's talk later on, but I'm Fernando Alonso fan, and for me that race was also very painful.
Nobody remembers.
Anyway, let's talk about Singapore because it's now the time to see Singapore. Here we go. This is qualifying. Sebastian, last lap, fighting for pole.
Lewis Hamilton was 5th fastest, stays 5th fastest.
Lewis, look at that. It's 5th fastest. This is a pattern that happened in this season in all kind of street circuits. Mercedes is not so strong. Ferrari in street circuits or semi-street circuits is always very strong. So Vettel have now a massive chance to recover the lead in this Grand Prix. Taking advantage of his car characteristics. Yeah, Alonso did good thought with the damage. Yeah, we will see anyway right now.
Even though he improves his time, that's not what he needed as Sebastian Vettel crosses the line. He increases his advantage over the rest.
Vettel on pole.
No, he can't.
Vettel on pole. Sebastian Vettel in pole position. Super important for him.
P1 Sebastian, pole position. Nice one, nice one.
Yes!
I love this moments of Sebastian Vettel being so happy.
Ragazzi, che grande!
What a lap he did. I remember the lap of Sebastian was crazy as well. It was really nice to secure pole position in this Grand Prix. Singapore is one of my favorite Grand Prix as well. I love this track. I love the Grand Prix, the environment, the race under the lights, how difficult and demanding, challenging and exhausting for the drivers is this track with so many corners, high humidity. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Such excitement in the car yesterday. Yeah.
I was really happy. Definitely.
Did you think you were lucky? We saw that kiss on the barrier.
Well,
he touched. I think I showed you before in the onboard lap. He touched a bit the barrier in one of the last corners of the sector with the left front. It was a lap that was absolutely on the limit. Yeah, Singapore is probably one of my fab races of the calendar. Oh, nice to know. I do like Singapore. It's fun and aggressive track with the 90-degree corner and to stay close to the wall constantly. Yes, exactly. That's the point. I don't like the new layout though with Sector 3. Yeah, I promise I think exactly the same. It's like Singapore has lost some kind of challenge, and it's like less physical because all these corners in the last sector with the tunnel made it much better, in my opinion, for the characteristics that Singapore have. It's like now, obviously it's not Baku, but feels more like Baku in some point with more straight line speed, and it's less demanding for the drivers because now they have this straight line at the end to take a breath, you know. And yeah, I prefer the old layout. I prefer as well. I prefer. Exactly. Also lost personality. But anyway, it is what it is. Fortunately, it's just 3-4 corners. The rest is more or less the same. There were some changes as well, but more or less the identity is not fully lost, fortunately. Let's listen Sebastian before the race starts.
Got away with it. So, but yeah, it was a very exciting session. Very happy that obviously in the end we had the result and we got pole. So now looking forward to the race.
So many fans here. You enjoy Singapore?
I do. I love the track. I love the place. And yeah, I think
you can cheer and listen to cheerings. Lewis would have ended up in the barriers last year if the old Sector 3 was there. Yeah, well, I don't remember that moment that you are talking about, but probably, of course, if the sector will be the old one, less risk. Or more risk, to better say.
It just looks beautiful when the lights
Let's
go
hurry
on.
up and get out of here. We've got a race to do.
I'm so sorry.
You guys want to see a race, right?
I put, you know why I put this clip in the documentary? Because of that moment. It's like we have a moment of track between the two protagonists of the documentary. Off track and like having fun just before the race start with all pressure. I really like it. Even you can see the quality of the clip is not very high, but I decided to put it because, you know, it's, as I said, one of the moments you can see both protagonists in a moment that is not racing action, and they are together, you know.
I bet they do. I know they do.
And you can see they shaking hands. The relationship is good. After all, what happened in Baku, that we saw the relationship was in a really fragile point, to say in some way. And now it's looking good.
11.
Well, look at that. Sebastian, have a great race. Your pole sitter this evening.
Oof, it's the moment, guys. Race day, Singapore. Lewis start 5th and Vettel on pole. It's the moment for Vettel to recover points and to take the lead again. Maybe that was psychological range for Lewis to show he's not bothered even though he had a bad quality. Exactly, man. Exactly. You read my mind. And this is something I explained a long time ago. One of my thoughts about that moment of Lewis, I always thought it was mind games to show Sebastian, hey, I'm okay. I'm P5 and I'm okay. I will go in for it. You know, I will go in for you. Sadly, it's exactly what I was talking about previously in this conversation both they had in the pre-podium of Italy. It's always mind games between championship contenders. This is also another thing or another part of the you know, of the rivalries in Formula 1 that I love. These moments of tension between them, these mind games. It's nice to see. Wow, and it's raining, I think. Just before the start. You can imagine Singapore, night race, rain. It's like all the ingredients to make exciting this race and are in the same place together. This championship fight was a big but respectful one, except for some occasions, obviously. Yes. Except Baku, it was a great championship fight. Every great world champion is a great psychological warfare. Nico Rosberg. Yeah, sadly. The Silver War was probably the best example. Well, you can see it's raining a lot. But this is before the race. The thing is that raining a lot in the first minutes, but just before the race starts in the last minutes, it stops rain, but obviously the track is still damp. So obviously they have to start on inter tires. Very difficult situation, especially for people that is not on pole, because the pole sitter had the best vision without the spray behind in this kind of tracks. So Vettel should be a bit more protected, but Lewis not, that is starting 5th. It's now, you can see one of the race engineers is like drying the boots because they get slippery once they contact with the throttle and braking pedal. That's why they have to dry the boots before the drivers jump into the car. Vettel on pole, obviously. Wow, I can imagine the tension now. Because for Vettel it's not nice to see that. I mean, Vettel, he wants an easy race. And obviously in dry conditions it's much easier race than now in wet. In wet, the race start will be critical. It's going to be much more slippery. And obviously Vettel, if he does a ground start or a bad start, he can lose places in front pole. Probably in dry conditions will be much easier. So now for Vettel, it's gonna be much critical now. And for Hamilton, it's an opportunity at the same time. For Hamilton, it's perfect, this rain, for him. You can see now it starts 5th. He has in front Raikkonen in 4th. Then it's, I think it's Ricciardo. I think it's Ricciardo. Then it's Max. And then it's Sebastian. Oof. Here we go. Obviously now, if you know the outcome of this, I always was thinking, rewatching these moments and editing this moment of the documentary, man, this championship could be much different without what could happen now. I really felt sorry for Alonso at that time. His start was mega good. However, it was a wrong place in wrong time. Maybe he could have finished in the podium. Yeah, I think that's why it was very sad for me as well. Yeah. Here we go.
Verstappen gets an excellent.
Good start for Verstappen. And Raikkonen, that is at the right side of our screens. Watch out with Vettel. Vettel is looking to both.
Sebastian Vettel needs a.
It will cover to Max. And crash.
With Verstappen, he's hit Vettel as well.
No.
Before the first corner.
Wow. Carnage. Absolute carnage. This is Raikkonen. This is Max. This is the other one is Alonso. Carnage.
Alonso gets involved.
But Vettel is still leading, but has some kind of damage. Look at the left. At the left there is a kind of pieces of Kimi Raikkonen's car. Wow. Oh, another crash.
Going backwards. He is off. Sebastian Vettel has lost.
Terrible.
Disaster for him.
Terrible.
On the left-hand side.
Wow, it's over. It's over.
He's got a damaged radiator from when he hit his teammate.
And this is Verstappen and Raikkonen. What a bad start, guys. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible what happened here. And obviously now, Lewis is leading. After all this carnage, in just one lap, in one corner, everything changed in the championship contest for Sebastian and Lewis. It's absolutely unbelievable. The things that happened. Later on, we will watch the replays of the accident. We can talk more about it. Vettel slipped on this coolant that was leaking from his side pod. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's why he crashed second time. Makes sense. I never thought about it, but makes absolute sense. I really thought that just the car was wrong and he had some kind of handling issues, but makes sense that the coolant was there and makes it slippery the track.
Span lost the car. Right.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Have damage on the
Big damage on the side pod.
Now the problem is now that Sebastian thinks that he only had damage in the front wing, but he cannot see the damage on the side pod because obviously from the place he's sitting, he cannot see to the left side, so he cannot see how much worse is the damage on his left side pod. That's why I think at that moment Sebastian was trying to think, okay, I had damage, I'm last, but at least I'm still racing. I can change my nose and to rejoin after the safety car in P18 and whatever can happen, I can recover places, But the problem is now the engineer is telling to save the reality of the problem.
Stop the car.
You sure?
Yes.
That's why Vettel is asking, you sure you want to stop the car? Because he really thinks that he only had damage in the front wing.
Without water pressure.
I confirm I stopped the car, correct?
Vettel is still asking, confirm I stopped the car. He really wants to make sure that no, please let me stay on track. We can recover from this, but the engineer is saying, no man, it's over. I mean, damage is too much.
Yes, stop the car now.
Okay, sorry guys. P0. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
And this moment is, for me, one of the most painful of the whole documentary. That sorry guys is like, everything goes down for me in this moment. This outcome probably broke the spirit of the Ferrari guys. Yeah, and that's a theory I have in my mind long time ago about how this race changed the mindset and the spirit and the motivation of Ferrari, the whole Ferrari team, because this weekend was perfect for Ferrari. Vettel on pole, Ferrari 5th, in a track that is difficult to pass. It was the ideal place to recover the lead. Come the rain and all this happened. It's like in one moment, boom, everything changed in the opposite direction for you, and also for Mercedes and Hamilton at the same time. Mauricio Rimavene, you can see the face expression is like, no. I remember I was editing this moment. I put this sad song, and I love this footage with Seb in the darkness without lights in somewhere, I don't know where it is, jumping out of the car. I mean, it's absolutely exactly the spirits of the representation of this race and the championship for Seb at that point. All this darkness, the rain, he jumping out. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah, but who knows? We are talking about that maybe if this crash will not happen, maybe the next problems in the future will not happen. But that's theories. And that's image. Look at this image with the stewards under the lights of the off track that are very poor, putting down the Ferrari car absolutely damaged without nose, with the side pod broken. For me, as I said, this is a representation of the chance Vettel lost. Ferrari, the chance lost Ferrari as well. Is maybe the starts of an ending for Ferrari and Sebastian Vettel.
Well, it was very short. I had an average start. I think not ideal, a bit conservative maybe.
Okay, this is the thing. The replay. Raikkonen starts extremely well. I have to go, man. I will watch the commentary later, but it was fun to be here. Have a good time. I will join in your live next time. Thank you. It was a pleasure, man. I hope to see you here in the next live. And yeah, you can watch the replay. Also, you can watch part 1. That is very interesting. And I hope to see you here in the next lives, of course. There is a very famous photo of Seth looking at his damaged car behind the barriers. Ah, yeah, I think I saw that photo. I think I know what it is. Very, very poetic as well. So this is the start. Raikkonen starts extremely well. Also Verstappen and Vettel start is not so good. That's why I think Vettel try. You can see he's looking to both. He's trying to cover Verstappen at this point. But it's not seen Raikkonen at the same time. I think Vettel wants to make sure that he can block enough Vettel to try to maintain the lead.
Conservative in the big.
Raikkonen get close. At the same time, Max, I think, tried to cover Raikkonen. And there is some kind of misunderstood, or I think all these three drivers miss information about the whole picture. I think Vettel was not looking to Raikkonen. Raikkonen was not looking to Sebastian. Both were looking to Max. At the same time, Max is trying to cover Raikkonen, but at the same time, Seb is coming to the left to cover Max. It's like a lot of different actions that are taken at the same time that makes this action ended up how it ended up. For me, I'm not driver, it's very easy to judge now that happened, but probably the mistake of Sebastian was to get so close to Max. I think if he will stay away on the outside, probably that will never happen. And now the sandwich. I think Max here, he could not do anything else. I mean, it was trapped. I think for Max, not too many space here to try to avoid the cars. Even braking, probably they will crash if he will leave off. And now at this point, I think Raikkonen now it's a passenger, and obviously will crash with his front wing in the side pod of Sebastian. That is what caused to Vettel the retirement. This crash, boom, this moment. That's what really makes Vettel retire, this moment. And it's ironic. It was the teammate of Sebastian, the other Ferrari, who forced the retirement of the other Ferrari. It's poetic, it's dramatic, it's terrible. It's wow, one of the moments of the. This is history in Formula 1 of this season.
So Max trying to chase down to the first corner.
And now carnage because Max actually also it's not looking that Raikkonen is an absolute passenger that we crash into him now in the apex. Now Alonso, that is the car that is at the outside of Max, also will be part of the chain reaction, and now at this point is third. Alonso in that McLaren that was terrible, and in that track that is damp and is a street circuit, maybe had a chance to finish in the podium. Boom, Raikkonen crashed into Max and Max crashed into Alonso. Look at the Alonso flies, and the race of these three was absolutely over. What a shame for me as a Fernando Alonso fan. Was so frustrating as well this race for me. But it is what it is. We cannot change history.
And the next thing I hear is I feel and hear is contact, and then that was it. I was still able to carry on, but the damage that happened at the start was making us stop.
And this is the frustration in the Vettel's face. Terrible, guys. It's terrible. I feel so sorry for Seb. As I said, he was in a so good position in this Grand Prix, but unfortunately, that's how he ended. And now let's see the finish. Who wins the race? Can Hamilton, that's just one. Yeah.
Victory number 60. Hamilton wins in Singapore and is 28 points clear.
And now Lewis wins, obviously. He takes advantage of this situation. And obviously now the championship starts to be in a critical phase for Sebastian and in a very good position for Lewis. Now the point advantage is the biggest Lewis Hamilton had over Sebastian during the whole season, because obviously Sebastian 0 points this race, 25 for Lewis. And the gap now is 28 points. Still like 6 races still, something like that. There is margin, but it starts to be a difference difficult to, it starts to be an important difference.
At the top of the championship, Ferrari's pain, Hamilton's gain.
That's the phrase.
What an awesome drive, mate. Can't wish for better than that.
Guys, what can I say? Turn around today. Fantastic job with the strategy. Thank you so much for all the hard work, and you can continue to believe in me.
Obviously, Lewis is a party for him right now, for the team. They never thought in any scenario that he would be winning and Vettel retire, but the rain caused that moment. And this time, Lady Luck were in their sides. And move on, next round, Malaysian Grand Prix. I miss this track so much. This is one of the tracks I would like to see again in the calendar. Such a cool track. I read some news recently that they were planning to come back to the calendar in the future, and I hope they do. Notice Luis noticing his seatbelts. Sebastian reported that to Charlie. I don't know what you said, but anyway. Qualifying session.
Yeah, I lost the drive. Let me know what to do. I can limp back.
Wow, another issue for Sebastian in qualifying.
Charge button on. Oh, that makes it worse.
And he's out.
Qualifying for Sebastian
Wow.
Vettel. He's going to start last.
Terrible. Notice Luis loosening his seatbelts. Sebastian report that to Charlie Witt in next race. Where? In Singapore or Malaysia? I don't remember that, to be honest. Sebastian Vettel last in the next qualifying session. Another reliability issue. We were talking about the reliability, how much important was in the outcome of this championship between Ferrari and Mercedes. Looks in these races, Ferrari is having a lot of reliability issues, and now again he will have to start last. Let's see what can do Luis.
Hamilton crosses the line. It's a 1:30.1. So Kimi Raikkonen's got 2 and a bit tenths to try and make up to dislodge Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Kimi across the line, and he misses out by the
Terrible. Even Raikkonen tried to at least to avoid Lewis was on pole, but not by much. He was not able. And look at the face of Sebastian. Obviously, watching the action through the barriers, he cannot participate. Like saying, man, Lewis on pole again. These championships start to slip away from my hands.
Distant margins by 4/100ths of a second. Is Hamilton on pole?
So let's see what can happen now in the race. But obviously, Sebastian needs a miracle now to don't lose points against Lewis. Start last and Lewis first.
Kimi Raikkonen has a turbo issue.
Another issue, this time for the other Ferrari. Kimi Raikkonen Ferrari that will start in second. That could be a problem for Lewis because obviously Raikkonen will try to fight with Lewis, at least to try to make harder to Lewis win and to help Sebastian. But even in that regard, Mercedes and Hamilton were lucky because now Raikkonen will have to start from the pit lane because of a turbo issue. Man. It's unbelievable how big chain of misfortunes Ferrari had in this stage of the season. So for Lewis now it's even easier now. But let's see what Sebastian can do starting last.
And it's lights out and away we go. Ricciardo gets away well.
Okay, we'll start for Lewis.
Ricciardo slips behind his teammate Verstappen.
Oh, Vettel is trying. Yeah, look at that. Vettel now is actually passing 3-4 cars. So it's a good start. And Lewis is still in front. It's 14. Lap 1.
Down towards turn.
Ooh.
We go. Verstappen on the inside of Hamilton. It's the lead.
Wow.
From Max Verstappen.
That was unexpected. Max Verstappen fights and passes Lewis for the lead. In Singapore, when Lewis was celebrating. I didn't realize of that. Oh, really? I don't remember that. Even I think I didn't know that story of the seatbelts. Well, I would like to check it later on. Okay, good. Well, thank you for letting me know. Interesting. So this is the kind of game of mind games we were talking about. Sebastian tried to do whatever he can to try to force Lewis to receive some kind of penalty. So it's fair. Oh, Vettel is still recovering. He's in 10th. 5th. Wow, good recovery from 20 to 5th place. Okay, I will check it later on. Lewis stops.
Vettel ahead of Bottas after the round of pit stop.
And Vettel, after the round of pit stop, is able even to pass Bottas. So a very good recovery by Sebastian. Brutal.
As Vettel goes down the inside.
And he goes for the podium with Daniel Ricciardo.
Ricciardo tries to cover him off.
That's the face. It was close.
Attack now.
Let me do it.
Max Verstappen wins
Max wins.
the Grand Prix and takes the Malaysia Grand Prix for Red Bull.
Even Lewis, at least for Sebastian, Lewis did not win. He's only scored 18 points instead of 25. So Vettel finished 4th. So the gap only increased 6 points instead of 13 if Lewis will win. So let's say we can say that Max here saved to Vettel in some way to prevent Lewis increase even more the gap. Anyway, now I finished 54. No, how much? 34 points, something like that. It's not critical, but it still starts to be critical. It's just 5 races to go, I think. Okay, this is the post race, the post lap that where all cars go to the boxes, and I mean at this point Vettel has crossed the start finish line. The car in front is Stroll in the Williams. All cars have finished in the race. They are cooling down in the cool down lap. But look at that. Wow.
Is that possible?
What happened there?
Stroll is not looking where he's going.
Look at his rear grass in the cool down lap.
He completely shunted into my car.
Sebastian Vettel, he's coming home here,
With one wheel on the top of his car.
Martin, with one wheel back of his car.
Broken.
This is something I never saw in my life. I'm not sure. I think this is something I don't remember it happening in the Formula One history before. But it was absolutely crazy. I remember watching this race on live and seeing Sebastian with that wheel on the top without seeing the accident first, and it's like how the car ended up like this in the cool down lap. And that was the thing. Vettel and Stroll crash in a very stupid crash.
What a bunch of idiots.
Vettel is absolutely Furious.
I'm stopped in turn 5. Would you believe it? Would you believe it?
No, for sure, no.
Yeah, we can see
Unbelievable.
We can see it 7.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I thought it happened on the last lap. Yeah. Yeah, for moments, I was thinking, so Vettel, I had to check the classification, like Vettel finished 4th, but is with the real wheel broken, like how? It was great. Well, great victory. Love that I joined when Seb got a stroll. Yeah, you came in the best moment. Now comes an iconic moment. Seb will drive another car. Yes, it's in the documentary. Max wins, so nice. Great victory. And here we are. This is Sebastian. It's been ride by Pascal Wehrlein. Yes, this is Pascal Wehrlein, a German driver that was racing this season for Sauber. This is the Sauber car. I don't know where is racing Pascal Wehrlein. Is still in Formula E or where is racing? Someone knows? I would like to know. And is riding to Seb to box because Seb crashed in the middle of the track, so he had no car to go. Thumbs up, well done, thank you. From German to German. This is something that happened also with I remember in Singapore 2013 with Mark Webber and Fernando Alonso. That Webber was Fernando was in the car sitting of the Mark Webber's Red Bull car. Yeah, I see Formula E still. Okay. And also happened with Mansell for Porsche. Okay, thank you guys. It happened with Mansell and Senna, I think in 92. I think it happened the same as well, this same scene. I think now it's forbidden in nowadays. I think the drivers cannot do that. Not sure, but I think that there is a rule about it. So guys, that was Malaysia. Another terrible outcome for Sebastian and Ferrari. Let's see if in Japan things goes in a better place or in a better way for Sebastian and Ferrari or not. And let's see if we can see a good fight with Lewis and Sebastian. Lewis on pole again. Sebastian is second, and we are seeing they are finding something in the chassis. Japan. Man, it's unbelievable the amount of issues, reliability problems. That's the emoji. That's the emoji for Seb fans. Again, let's see if Vettel can start the race, because this is the same image we saw with Raikkonen in Malaysia in the start, and Raikkonen could not start the race. Vettel starts second. He had a chance to fight Lewis. Here we go.
Lights out and away we go. Vettel does start.
Okay, looks the car works.
Well, Hamilton might have to move over to cover him, and he does so. It's Hamilton who leads Sebastian Vettel.
Vettel is there.
Max Verstappen just down the inside.
Wow.
Sebastian Vettel, what a move!
What a pass.
Max Verstappen, Hamilton out in front.
That's not good for Sebastian.
Verstappen in second.
And Vettel struggling for pace at the moment as well. And trying to get around the outside, difficult from that position for Ocon.
And now Ocon.
Oh, no. The car is not okay.
Vettel's got a major problem.
Yeah.
Major engine problem.
Unbelievable, guys. Another issue for Sebastian Vettel. We saw in the race start, engineers looking something in the chassis. Something in the engine is not good. Another issue for Sebastian. These 3 races, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, it's an absolute nightmare. Max was feared by everybody in 2016 and 17. Yeah, it was like the young kid giving his best. Was not his prime, but I love that Max. That was much aggressive than he is actually. Wow, what he can do.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I still have the same issue out of 9.
If he's still struggling for power, the Force India of Perez will be...
I had no speed in the straight line, look at that.
And here he goes, Sebastian Vettel has been overtaken by Sergio Perez and just holds off.
No, it's been passed by everyone.
Box, Sebastian, box. We retire the car, I'm afraid.
No. Again. That's really painful to watch. Really painful to watch. It's a shame. Obviously, the gap increased massively now in the championship. And for me, guys, to be honest, looking back, what a shame, guys. What a shame, because the fight what we could have in the ending of the championship could be great. But these issues for Sebastian makes it really difficult to fight for the championship now, 4 races to go. Because Lewis obviously won.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Japanese Grand Prix. It is a 59-point.
And the difference is 59 points with, I think, 4 races to go.
Lead at the top of the championship now with 4 races to go for Hamilton.
Get in there, Lewis boy. Beautiful work, lovely managed race. That's a fantastic result.
Obviously, for Lewis, fantastic. I mean, he did what he had to do to win. In a track like Suzuka, it's not easy. He won in... he did not win in Malaysia. But he finished first in Singapore, second in Malaysia, first in Japan. And Vettel finished DNF Singapore, 4th in Malaysia, DNF Japan. Terrible. Luis very happy.
To be too critical of the team, Sebastian, given the step that's been taken this year.
Well, it's normally you're critical, especially if things go wrong. So it's part of our job. But I think I need to protect them. We've done an incredible job so far. Obviously, bitter the last 2 races with the reliability issues. But it's like that sometimes. Of course, it hurts, and we're all disappointed. But now I think the best is to get back, get some rest, and then go flat out for the last 4 races and see what happens.
Yeah, very, very, very intelligent message from Sebastian here, I think, because if press has always tried to put pressure for Ferrari, and although trying to be really critical with the team because of the reliability issues they had. It's very easy now to point into Ferrari, like saying they did not complete a good job in these 3 races. But as Sebastian said, you had to protect the team, because it's true that they had 3 bad races, but the rest of the championship was very good. I mean, they were the first team ever to challenge in this Mercedes V6 era. They were the really first team to fight for a championship against Mercedes. So they did a great job. Pity these 3 races, but I mean, it's you have to also to take in account the good job they did in the previous part of the season.
So you stand on the threshold of your 4th Drivers' World Championship this weekend. Does a part of
one next round, United States.
You regret that the fight has sort of gone out of it now with all the misfortunes that Vettel and Ferrari suffered on the Asian leg in Singapore, Malaysia and Japan?
Let's see what Luis can say here.
No, I don't feel any type of way about it.
Of course, he's worried about his situation, about his team. He don't need to take a look to Ferrari or Sebastian. He has to win. He cannot control the misfortune of his rivals, or has to be focused on himself.
I mean, obviously you've got such a massive margin now. There was such a tension throughout the season up to September, but there's much less tension now from your point of view approaching the races.
Nothing's changed for me, man. Everything's exactly the same as it was going into the last race, into the second half of the season. It's exactly the same mentally for me. So maybe it's changed from your perspective, but for me it hasn't.
Lewis,
it's Hamilton don't want to know nothing about distractions, about what his rival can do. And I think it's the good mentality here. Even when you have a big gap like Lewis had, like everyone is saying, wow, Lewis will win the championship now. That can be dangerous for Lewis, to try to relax too much and to lose performance. I think he's trying to stay really focused and to try to still see Ferrari and Sebastian like a real threat, I think it's a really good mentality. That's why Lewis is such a big champion.
You've talked about being on another level since the summer break.
Look at Carlos Sainz in Renault, Marcus Ericsson in Sauber, and Daniel Kvyat. This one was... No, it's not Daniel Kvyat. It's Brendan Hartley, the Kiwi driver for Toro Rosso, man. Carlos Sainz, man. How many teams Carlos was? He's a great driver as well. I think this race was the first for Carlos in Renault. I had the feeling, if I'm not wrong. He signed for Renault during the season in 2017. He was previously driving for Toro Rosso. That's why Brendan Hartley substituted Carlos in Toro Rosso that season from the United States Grand Prix. Totally unrelated, but I think Lewis lost 2016 because he broke up with his long-term partner, Nicole Scherzinger. Oh, well, I don't know. I have no idea about if that was the factor, but yeah, that's very personal. Yes. No, in 2017 it was as well, but he switched teams in the middle of the season. I think the switch came in here in the United States Grand Prix for Renault.
I was just wondering what's changed for you within the team and maybe for you personally over that break and into these races that's allowed you to operate on that high level of consistency.
I think it's just been I think it's just really been that confidence of, obviously, as I said, just understanding the car a lot better this year, particularly in the second half of the season, knowing.
Don't worry, it's normal. Long time ago.
Strengths and weaknesses, and then I would say we're constantly evolving the process in which we work together, myself and my engineers. So we often hit the ground running with a balance that I'm more comfortable with, which then naturally helps you just easily step forward easier throughout the weekend in the right direction. And otherwise, just on my driving side, I don't know. I think there's a lot of positive things happening in my life. A lot of really interesting things that are forecast over these next 18 months, and so I guess that's an exciting and uplifting thing. And there's so I'm arriving at these races generally with an abundance of positivity. Helps keep your mind in the right place, and obviously I have the team, Toto and the team Mercedes have been incredibly supportive of all the different things that I'm into and the things that I do and the way I move, which enables me to be in that position. So, which I much appreciated.
Interesting speech from Lewis here, saying like a lot of factors makes him so strong in this second half of the season, or in this season in particular. It's true that he did not start really well in the season. We have some troubles to Lewis, to have some pace in some races, but from the second half, he has been very strong. And normally, the classic Lewis that was fighting for championship was always better in the second half than in the first half. And we are seeing now in this documentary. 2017 was 9 years ago. That's crazy to think about it. I was a child going to school and now, wow, really? I was not so young, but yeah, it's crazy to think it happened 9 years ago. Like, and the Silver World 2016 was 10 years ago. It's like time flies, time absolute flies. But that's life. We have to move on.
Lewis, Ferrari seems to be fallen in a technical crisis in the last few races. Do you expect them to react here? And Sebastian can be a strong fighter in the end of the season as well?
I think he's been a strong fighter all year, and
of course,
just because he's obviously had a few issues technically, but I think still the car is as good as it's always been. For sure, they'll have some sort of upgrade coming into this weekend. They've definitely had a couple of hiccups, but I anticipate they'll be very strong this weekend and for the last 4 races. So that's why nothing changes for me. I still got to continue to keep the pressure on, and there's no reason to back out. Just got to keep pushing forwards.
Of course, Lewis is still believing that Ferrari is strong, that they are still in the contention, and that's I think the right mentality that Lewis has to have for these final races where the gap is so big, But he needs to stay alert, to say in some way, because it's very easy to get distracted with all this big advantage, and to allow your driver recover distance. So that's why I think in these moments where it looks that everything is going in your direction and you have it, it's very important to keep doing what you are doing, stay focused, stay alert, as is doing Lewis. Don't worry, bro, Silver Arrows 2.0 is going on right now. Do you think so? Let's see. After Miami, I see McLaren there as well, and maybe Red Bull with Max, and Ferrari's not so far. So I hope to see 3-4 teams fights in the next races. I prefer that to see a Silver World 2.0. But anyway, yeah, it's interesting. I never expect to see Antonelli so strong over Russell, to be honest. I always thought Russell would be the favorite, but Wow, Antonelli is in the momentum. Let's see if he can hold it up. But yeah, interesting. Anyway, move on. Back on 2017, United States Grand Prix. Obviously, Vettel have to try to recover distance in the championship, of course. It's going to be difficult, but they have to do. I mean, nothing to lose now. The championship is almost over, but if you have a chance, you have to take it. There is no another option. Yes, but you have to remember Mercedes upgrades home in Canada. Other teams have upgrades. Yeah, it's true. And also Canada is a very good track for Russell. Pole position in 2024, win in 2025. So I really expect to see a very strong George Russell in Canada. I can't wait for it, to see if George there is able to be ahead of Antonelli. If it's his track, if Antonelli beats Russell in Canada, that could be very, very important and terrible for Russell at the same time. And important for Antonelli. So let's see. That's still a long way to go, unfortunately. 3 weeks. Move on. United States Grand Prix. Here we go. Another great track, by the way. One of my favorites. With the Silverstone Spa. This track is so good. That's the championship. This is something they made for this season. This is the first season Liberty Media... Sorry, the last season before Liberty Media enters to be the owner of Formula 1. And they start to make this kind of things differently, putting the championship trophy in front of the both drivers. They made a very cool presentation to the drivers in this race, I remember. It's very, 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 very iconic. Well, Sebastian starts second. Not pole, but he's there. He had chances to fight with Lewis. Lewis on pole. Again, Lewis is on pole almost every race for now. When Lewis has the confidence on his car, it's almost unbeatable. Go. Well, good start for Sebastian.
Away we go. Vettel gets away faster.
Look at.
Hamilton has to move.
We go for the lead.
Sebastian Vettel has got the inside line here. Squeezing.
Wow.
Hamilton in second. Bottas around the outside.
Nice. Vettel gets the lead.
And Vettel leads down the hill. Then the Ferrari.
Wow. Some positives for Sebastian after the last 3 races.
With an excellent start.
Mauricio like crazy. Come on, Seb. Come on. And now Lewis is very strong here, so Vettel will have to defend, I'm sure. It's close. Go for it.
Quicker on this, Hamilton. He's going down the inside, Hamilton. He's taking the lead of the Grand Prix.
Great pass. Lewis pass again.
The lead has changed hands.
Oh, Vettel is close.
And this is desperate stuff for Ferrari, who were rather
the switch back.
to be moving away from Hamilton to be
Vettel is trying to fight back.
extending the advantage. And now Sebastian Vettel sees that silver arrow.
I tried. It's over, I think. But I love this sequence of corners. It's super fun, this track, for this section of corners where you can defend and pass in different places.
I've got blistering on the front left.
Down to the
That's not good.
Vettel's in.
Yeah, Vettel pits properly because I think they were scared that Mercedes were going to try and
So undercut, possible undercut.
Tires are good. I can fix it.
Okay, Lewis wants to stand.
Hamilton now pits. Not surprising, really, given the lap time.
Can Sebastian undercut Lewis? He stopped before.
That Sebastian Vettel has been setting. And
oh, it's close.
Sebastian Vettel right now, and it is very close indeed.
Wow. Oh, he saved it. Lewis saved it, but not by much.
A bit close, guys. Why did you have to get so close?
Sadly, I think Mercedes here was risking too much. Look at the distance.
Okay, think about plan B.
Well, the famous plan B of Ferrari that always is there.
Understood, we are thinking.
And we are thinking as well, classic message.
I'm not saying doing it immediately, I'm just saying think about it.
Understood, now the best option is to go to the end, but we are thinking.
Stop thinking, guys, you have to do something. Oh, here we go. Plan B. New stop.
Sebastian Vettel in the pit stop here.
Okay, they put the super soft, that is the red tire this season. I think they are trying to... I think they know they have no pace on the same conditions on the same tire life than Lewis. So I think they are trying to stop twice, I mean, one more time than Lewis. And let's see if with the tire wear that here is high. Lewis in the final laps tires drops a lot in performance, and by the other hand with Ferrari with this new super soft can catch Lewis. Obviously it's difficult, not too many laps to go and big gap, but if the tire life is shorter, maybe has a chance. You have to try something. Plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. Some races they have even plan D, I think. I never understood why, because at the end they always do the same, plan B.
Ferrari have reacted with Sebastian.
So now Vettel lost the place with probably a Red Bull, his teammate, and still behind Lewis.
To what Red Bull did.
Keep me up to date. What you need me to do? Tires are still good.
Now the question is, Lewis should cover that stop, but from the message of Lewis, no. I think they will continue in one stop.
Bottas covers him off really well now.
Oh, now Bottas. Sorry, Vettel passing Bottas. That is in third.
Goes around the outside. Sebastian Vettel was.
Oh, now tires much fresher, softer.
Really good traction. Out of turn one, does get past Valtteri Bottas.
Arriba Bene celebrating. Now passing his teammate, probably will let him pass.
And you can just see into turn one, Raikkonen takes a very nice wide line there, and Sebastian Vettel is let through.
Nice team play. I'm not in the same position. Has he pace enough to catch Lewis or not?
Lewis Hamilton
wins
the US Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel comes home.
Another victory from Lewis. Vettel finished second. And now the gap is still increasing. Now look at the difference. It's 20... How much? 25, 35, 66 points. 3 races to go, 66 points with 75 available. It's not over, but it's almost over.
To take second place.
Get in there, Lewis. Beautiful work, mate.
Another win for Lewis.
Good drive there.
Great job, guys.
Very happy.
That was so much fun today. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Well, they had a nice fight in the first stint.
All the fans, thanks for all the support.
Yeah, great work yourself, Lewis. Mercedes world champions.
And Mercedes, it's I don't know what is happening here. I have a message here. I don't know why. I don't know why I have a message here, guys. Well, I'm not sure if you are watching the live with me. Are you still here, or is the stream blocked? Because I have a message in my chat that is telling me that the stream could be blocked. But let me know if you can watch. Not sure. I will check it. Yes, I'm on live. I'm on live. Everything is okay. Okay. I don't know why I have that message. Let's continue anyway. Okay, you are still here. Okay. We continue then.
Guys, everyone in the garage and back of the factory, you guys have worked so hard this year. You truly deserve it. I'm so proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Nice. Great win by Lewis. And Mercedes World Champions. Great job by Valtteri as well this season, I have to say. Celebrating. Perfect.
Well, I think if you put it into your terms, swimming upstream for a long time during the season and coming into the second half of the season, I still feel I've been swimming upstream, just fitter and healthier and stronger mentally and overall, so just a stronger swimmer, I'd say.
Totally out of context, I met James Walsh last year in Abu Dhabi. Wow, really? Really? Did you talk with him?
But of course, riding the wave of reliability, great reliability, great teamwork, and yeah, I think I've been performing the best ever, particularly the second half of the season, which is usually the case. So usually the second half of the season is often my strongest, but this has definitely been the strongest of my second half a season. So
exactly, that's what we're talking about. The second half of the Lewis Hamilton seasons normally is very strong, and it's saying that. So, and it's true. This second half of Lewis in this season is unbelievable. He won a lot of races, no issues, very consistent.
But I've enjoyed the battle the whole way through. I think to at the beginning, constantly fighting, and Sebastian always being up ahead. I get close within 6 points, and then he pulls another ahead by 14 or whatever it is. So, but I was confident that at some stage we would get closer, and then it flipped over, and then I was keen to not let it switch the other way again. So just kept the pedal to the metal, basically.
Yeah, well. Yes, I just wish him all the best for next year. I was racing a GT car at 12 hours of golf 1 week after the F1 race. I was in Dubai at that time and decided to go there and watch the race. We had access to pit lane. We were sitting above the pit lane throughout the race. We also had access to turn 4, where Max overtook Lewis in 2021. I watched that. Wow, what a nice experience. Wow, and you met Wolf. Unbelievable. Nice. I like a lot James Bowles as a team principal. I like a lot what he's doing on Williams. I like how the way he talks, the way he put on his shoulders the team. Always there is some kind of problem or issue. I like a lot the way he talks, the speeches, the leadership. It's one of my favorite teammates, definitely, James Bowles. Unfortunately, this season they are not in a good position. They lost a lot of ground in the car performance, but they are working really hard to fix it and to try to lose weight. That is one of the main problems. It's great, Valtteri. It's James. Yeah. This message. I think we will listen in the next documentary, 2018 Silver Red. But yeah, it's one of the classics. So we were listening here. Lewis talking about reflecting about how the season went between him and Sebastian. It's not champion still. We go to Mexico now, 3 races to go. But it's I really like it to put this moment, this clip in the documentary, to have a much more deep perspective of the meaning of the season for Lewis on his own words, to say in some way. So now move on to Mexico, guys. The championship is almost over, but it's always interesting to see.
Well, I mean, we still have a chance. Obviously, it's not in our hands as much as we'd like to, but we have, it would be a wasted opportunity if we stand here and say that there's no way we can do it. There is a way. I know that there are a lot of things that need to happen, but...
Exactly, that's the thing. It's almost over, but you have to fight always. You never know. We have the example last year. Max Verstappen was more than 100 points behind in the championship in September or something like that, and he almost won the championship in Abu Dhabi last race. So obviously, not saying that can happen here, but you always have to try to fight. That's the spirit of the sport.
Sometimes, these things do happen. So we'll see. I mean, for us, it's fairly straightforward. We're coming here. We try to win. On paper, it should be a bit better here. Let's see if that's the case. But overall, I think we have a car we can fight with. Last weekend was a bit tough. The race especially was worse than we expected. We found a thing that wasn't right. But
another reliability thing, Saint Sebastian, they had in the United States. In every race, they have some kind of issues. The reliability of Ferrari was really bad in the second half, and obviously, apart from the crash in Singapore, that cost him, Ferrari and Sebastian, the championships.
Overall, I think we have the ingredients to win.
And still having a very good car. In United States was leading. So qualifying, Mexico, let's go.
This is going to have to count.
Another great track. Not one of my favorites, but it's a good track.
For Lewis Hamilton, because I don't think he'll get to the checkered flag in time. Sebastian Vettel's up through the middle sector there.
Lewis.
Another decent lap as Hamilton now crosses the line and doesn't improve on his time. Best Hamilton can hope for is third on the grid this weekend. Sebastian Vettel now going through the final corner. Can he leapfrog Max Verstappen onto pole position? Yes, he.
Yes.
By 8/100ths of a second.
Vettel on pole, nice for him on Ferrari. God give it, God take it. Lewis had reliability issues in 2012, Seb won, now the opposite happened. Yeah, true. Normally luck is like, you know, a switch. You can have bad luck, then good luck. Not sure for Fernando Alonso because I think in that case it's very extreme. But I agree. It's true that in 2012, the last season of Lewis in McLaren, he had a lot of issues. Singapore, I remember, in more races that probably caused him to fight for the championship. Vettel on pole, at least it's not over yet. He's trying to fight and he's on pole, nice.
And a new track record, Sebastian Vettel puts his Ferrari on pole.
Yes, it's pole position.
Yes!
I love the Sebastian Vettel team radios, man. When he scored poles, he's so happy. I miss this kind of team radios.
It was a difficult session, but it was fun. It was challenging. It was great to see how close we all were, and at the end, obviously, I think the gap was really a couple of tenths, but that's still quite significant here.
What was it that you felt that you were lacking, if anything, out there? Or were the others just quicker?
Just grip. It's just overall grip.
This track grip is very difficult. I mean, I'm not driver, so I cannot. My opinion here is not relevant, but for what driver says, always Mexico is really tricky in terms of how grip change between sessions, and the altitude, high altitude makes cars difficult to manage.
In terms of tomorrow, how do you approach that? Same as always?
Yep. I'm going to try. It's a long way down to turn 1, so...
Yeah, one of the longest. I think it's the longest. I don't know if almost 1 kilometer from the start-finish line to turn 1. It's crazy.
If I can hopefully practice works tomorrow to get a better start. I mean, Sebastian got a better start in the last race, so I'm hoping to do the same this weekend.
And is tomorrow all about the win for this race?
Yeah, sadly. A lot of factors that makes this circuit different.
You'll still go for the win?
I will be going for the win. I mean, that's what I'm racing for. I'm not racing to finish anywhere else, but after turn 1, it's pretty difficult to overtake. You need a 1.4 second delta to the car in front. So, and you can't follow because the car gets too hot here. So, and the brakes get too hot. So it's going to be an interesting one. But I hope at the start we have some fun.
Yeah, well, it will go for the win, of course. Even with that championship gap he has, but it's a racer, so he has to do that. Race was bad as a fun. Yeah, let's see what happened in this race. It was tricky. Here we go, race day, championship on play. Can Luis secure here? Can Sebastian Vettel impeding Luis wins the championship in Mexico? This is wrong. I think Sebastian is in pole. This is my mistake in the graphic. I put second place. I don't know why, but it's in first place. Very epic music, because this race is very important in the documentary context. Hamilton third, Vettel first. And second is, well, we will see now. I think it's Ricciardo.
And it's lights out and away we go, and Vettel gets away very well indeed. Lewis Hamilton hot on his tail, and Max Verstappen
with a start. 3 wide, I think. 3 wide, look at that. Sebastian, Ricciardo, Hamilton, all the way into turn 1.
And now he's going wheel to wheel with Vettel.
2 protagonists, Sebastian on the left, Luis at the right. You can see the images, and there is Ricciardo, who gonna lead after turn 1.
Hamilton's coming up on the outside as well.
With braking.
Turn 1, Verstappen round the outside.
Sorry, it's Verstappen, not Ricciardo.
Hamilton in third place, Verstappen and Vettel.
Wow, again Verstappen and Sebastian fighting like crazy, and Hamilton can take advantage.
Once again,
look, sadly.
Picks up a little bit of damage.
Luis passed Sebastian.
Has his front wing there, touching Verstappen and this.
Oh, contact.
Fiber on the track.
Yes, it's almost.
Ooh, front wing of Sebastian is damaged.
Vettel, he's got a lot of damage already. Will he have damaged the right rear?
I think Lewis had a puncture now.
Valtteri Bottas in a second and Hamilton's got problems.
No!
Copy Lewis, box bomb.
No, Lewis puncture in the rear. Sebastian Vettel touched Lewis and caused the puncture. Unbelievable.
Hamilton's got a puncture on his right rear.
No, I had to try to survive, to try to go to box.
Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel coming together.
It's
Start for Lewis. Hamilton
losing places like crazy.
now try and limp back to the pits. There's Stoffel Van Dorn.
I gotta go now, need to work. It was a pleasure to spend time with you. See you later. Take care. Thank you, man. Again, same. Thank you for the chat. It was really nice with you, with the other users. Thank you, man. I hope to see you here in the next live. And anyway, you can watch the replay. Now we are in the final moments, but it's gonna be exciting. So let's see.
Taking him in the McLaren and the Sauber, then in Marcus.
Now Luis is last.
He hit me deliberately.
Wow, that message was. Did he hit me deliberately? He really thinks that Vettel did it on purpose because he saw that once Hamilton passed him, he will not have a chance again. This is a thing that we will be questioning myself if Vettel did it on purpose. Obviously, Vettel will say that no. But yeah, maybe there are reasons to think yes. I would like to think no, but it's true that the way Vettel crashed into the rear of Lewis was weird. And who knows, only he knows he did it on purpose or not, like what happened in Baku with the safety car restart with Lewis and Sebastian.
Not sure, Lewis.
And Vettel is coming in.
No, but they have to pit again, front wing broken. Also very bad news for him.
In those changes you can see because of the damage to the
unbelievable
part of his front wing.
19.
Lewis Hamilton, his race has taken an awful battle.
At least Lewis can have time to go to box.
But in terms of the championship, it is still advantage Hamilton.
They are checking the tires. Okay, they you know, the floor is not damaged. Looks okay at least. Obviously, it's last. Lewis has a massive work to do here. This is crazy. I really love the moment of this race when the two contenders of the championship at some point of the race, Vettel is penultimate and Lewis is last car of the grid in the race during some moments. It's so ironic or poetic or crazy, whatever you would like to call him. That also makes this race very exciting and this documentary very epic to watch. You know, the two contenders now in troubles, in difficulties with different issues. They both have to fight and to survive and to go through the field. Sebastian to try to maintain and to extend the championship fight as long as he can, and Lewis to try to finish in the work here and to be champion here. Wow, its race was incredible in terms of championship context. Now let's see how much places can recover each driver, if they found each other on track or not again. Let's go. Also the music, the song I choose for this moment in the documentary, I love it. So epic. Wow, this moment, this race is one of my favorites in all documentaries I was editing. Here we go, Sebastian.
And there goes Vettel under braking round the corner with Felipe Massa. Now he's gone off the track and he's gone ahead.
Wow, that was aggressive by Massa.
Seriously, are we?
What happened to Massa with Vettel in this season? Do you remember in Russia when as a back marker, Massa blocked Sebastian when he was chasing Bottas for the win intentionally, and Vettel shows his middle finger to Massa. And here again, it was now it's different. They are fighting for position. But Massa against Vettel always it was really aggressive.
Developing out the scooter here. It's fun to push the other guy off the track.
Vettel is really furious for that.
And my nose ahead. Stay focused. I am focused. I am focused. Don't worry.
And Arriva is saying to Seb, calm down, stay focused. And this is something that could happened this conversation between Seba and Arrivabene? Because in the previous year, in the same Grand Prix, they had a similar situation, much worse, with Vettel furious on the radio in a fight they had with Verstappen, and Arrivabene saying to Sebastian, calm down, Sebastian, calm down. And this is something we will watch when we will going to watch the documentary Vettel second year in red. That race the previous year in Mexico, and that makes sense that this is the continuation of that moment. But anyway, Sebastian goes through. Move on.
It's crazy to be fighting for this position.
Sadly, it's crazy. But let's still recovering places. Nice 11th. Luis stops. Vettel stops. Luis is 15 now.
It's not far behind him.
So 29 seconds into Vettel on the ultra softener.
Wow, Hamilton is 29 seconds behind Vettel. Definitely Hamilton will not catch Vettel. 29 seconds is a lot. But at least he needs to try to finish as high as I can to secure the championship.
How am I further away?
Oh, because you had that incident with the rear tire. They're passing a Haas. Nice 7th.
What position do I need?
He needs at least P2.
So Vettel needs at least to finish P2. Meanwhile, Hamilton is not scoring points to keep alive the championship.
Is that possible for him?
Negative.
And Bono says that it's not possible for Vettel finish second. It is true? Hamilton is still 13, still recovering places, but is out of the points zone for the moment. Nice 10th. Now he gets 1 point.
What position am I?
So you're currently in P10.
P10. Okay, you can see Luis really worry, asking a lot on the radio to Bono which position I am, where is Vettel. He's really worried to see if he can finish here the work and to the job and to be champion finally, you know. But depends on Vettel as well. How much places can recover Vettel? If he reaches P2, the championship will still alive until the next race. That's why he's fighting Vettel for. Look.
Gonna go from that far back. Yes, he is. Down the inside goes Vettel. Locks up, goes wide, stays on the track. Nice move.
Nice move. 6 now.
Right behind you, Lance, and now he's going to pull over to the right-hand side. He does. He goes down.
5th. Oh no. Now it's 4th. Watch out.
Give me 23 seconds.
Wow, Kimi Raikkonen in the next car, his teammate is 23 seconds in front. That's a lot. I think he will need a safety car now.
Keep it up at 20.0.
How many seconds you said?
23.
Mamma mia, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Here goes Hamilton.
Hamilton against Fernando Alonso, 2 world champions fighting on track for 9th place. But anyway, anytime these two fight on track is amazing.
Trying again, and he's going to try around the outside again. Heavy braking into turn 1, and this time for
oh, they touch.
Hamilton do touch, and there was damage to one of the cars. I think it was from the right-hand side of Hamilton's Mercedes.
A good traction from the McLaren.
Alonso forcing him round the outside, not making it easy at all. But now Hamilton with DRS goes down towards turn.
Well, these flashbacks, I decided to put them in the documentary to make some kind of tribute, to pay some kind of tribute to one of the best rivalries, in my opinion, that was short but very intense between Hamilton and Fernando. You can see the time they were in the same team in McLaren in 2007, the rookie season of Lewis. At that time, Fernando was 2 times F1 world champion, and the fight of this year was incredible between these two in the same team. A lot of tension, pressure, one of the best seasons between teammates. Similar to the Silver War. It was only 1 year, but it was really, really intense. And I tried to, as I said, mix these photos of this era with this duel on track between Alonso and Hamilton to try to, you know, pay tribute, as I said, to these two in this fight that has been amazing.
Gets ahead of Fernando Alonso, and Alonso fights back.
Still fighting.
Hamilton is forced wide. Now sideline, didn't leave the track fully. That's great.
Great pass, but great duel. What a battle between these two.
Driving from Lewis Hamilton. What a show those two have put on for 9th place.
Unbelievable. What are 2 great champions.
I gave you space.
Okay, and now you will see some flashbacks of some highlights between the rivalry during this year, during this documentary between Vettel and Hamilton. I will not stop here. Just let's live all together the moment again, to see the conclusion of the championship, to relive all these moments, to finally come to the final moment. This is in Spain when both they fight on track.
I gave you space too.
He brake tested me.
Baku.
Literally just came alongside me and turned in and hit me.
Vettel going back.
Singapore.
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
Max Verstappen wins the Mexican Grand Prix for Red Bull. Hamilton has been formidable. He has been the force, and he crosses the line now to become the four-time world champion. Lewis Hamilton does it in 2017, and he can scarcely believe what has happened for this season.
Congratulations, Lewis, 4 times F1 world champion. At the end, only Vettel was able to finish 4th. And Lewis finished 9th, enough to be champion. At the end, this race was crazy, as you saw. Both drivers tried to recover in places with that incident in the first lap. And Lewis did it. With that margin, sooner or later will happen, but it happened here in Mexico. And now let's listen Lewis after being 4 times F1 world champion. Crazy.
Get in there, Lewis. Champion of the world.
Lewis, this is total, not the race we wanted, but who cares? Congratulations, 4-time world champion.
Niki, Lewis.
Niki Lauda, that was advisor at that time in Mercedes. A very important person for Lewis because Niki Lauda was the person that signs Lewis for Mercedes in 2013. So the relationship between these two was really special. And also, obviously, 3 times world champion. Niki Lauda is a legend in Formula 1.
Niki, Lewis.
There is a movie, Rush is the name of the movie. If you did not watch, you have to watch, because there you can see the championship fight between Niki Lauda and James Hunt in 76. That is incredible, absolutely incredible, that season. Absolutely epic. And you will understand why Niki Lauda is a legend.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. 4 times, thank you.
And that's nice. Vettel applauding and congratulating to his rival, Lewis, in that season.
I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone in this team. What you've done the past couple of years is just remarkable, and I'm just so grateful for your hard work this year. God bless you.
Still our eyes, I think, just don't give up. To never give up. And I was going back to when my dad put me in the boxing ring when I was younger, and this kid beat the crap out of me. My nose is bleeding.
He's crying, Luis.
And I didn't want to go back in, and it felt very, very similar to turn 3 today. I got the puncher. Could have easily resorted to giving up, making mistakes, but I remember that moment, and I was like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm still going to give it everything, so that when I cross the line, I can be proud of myself, and I definitely am.
Of course, he did a great race with that recovery. But of course, sad, disappointed.
Yeah, but it's not about me. It's not about us. It's about Lewis today. So it's his day. He won the championship, and he well deserves to do so. So I don't think you should talk about anything else today. But he's
perfect. Always service really accurate in these wars. It's the day for Lewis. He knows, he respects, and the rivalry of these two was really nice because of the respect. Even having some incidents between them, they had a really good rivalry.
I tried everything to get back and score somehow enough points to keep the title open, but
it was not possible.
Obviously, the moment when you cross the line, you could say that I should have realized much sooner, but when you cross the line, it's tough. But then again, it's not about me. It's Lewis's day, so he deserves everything that he achieved this year.
Exactly, and it's tough. It has to be really difficult for Seb. It will be, after 3 years in Ferrari, the dream could be true. The dream of his idol Michael Schumacher to be champion with Ferrari. He had the car, but everything went down from Singapore onwards. A chain of misfortunes, reliability crashes. apart Sebastian absolutely from the championship. Meanwhile, the whole previous races, it was there all the time, leading most part of the championship as well. So, and here in this race, after what happened to Lewis, I'm sure he knew he had a little chance to maintain the championship alive. But the incident he had and the front wing damage he had also caused him to fight for the win, pitting at the beginning. No safety cars, that didn't help him. So yeah, it's like he had a chance in this race, but at the end it was not possible. So that's why he's really frustrated in some way as well.
I think we had a strong year so far. We have a strong car, but here and there probably we missed out to maximize on that.
Yeah. I think that's the picture is clear. They had the car to fight until the end, but for some moments, especially the second half, everything went down. And for Sebastian, the team reliability, and this is where they had to fix for next season if they want to fight with Lewis. This is his model with Lewis.
More of a challenge. There's harder times ahead, and I like that. I love that. That's challenging, and it'd be so boring without it.
And that's it. Hi, it's Dani Lozano, the creator of
That's me.
Silver vs Red F1 2017 Clash of Champions. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to support my work as a video editor, you can do it touching or clicking one of the two buttons you have below this video, the Patreon button and the Donate button. It's your decision, and if you decide to do it, thank you so much. Your support is really important to keep making these videos. Thank you.
He said, thank you guys. Yes, this is basically the way you can support this. The documentary is on my web. You can see the buttons, donate or Patreon. These are different donation platforms where you can support my work. If you really enjoy my documentaries as this one, the stories I'm telling you, if you really appreciate it, you have different ways in my website once you watch the documentaries to support me. But yeah, apart from that, anyway, this is it. This is the first chapter of the rivalry between Sebastian and Lewis. I love it. Very intense. Unfortunately, it didn't resolve in the last race, but it was very cool. I love this documentary. I hope you enjoyed too with me watching. I hope. A great rivalry, as I said. Ferrari versus Mercedes. I love the as I said, the editing of the documentary, the music I choose as well. I love it. It's in my heart. This one. It's really cool. I hope you think the same. You really enjoy it. It's not the end. Let me tell you a couple of things before to say goodbye. Oh, the resolution is dropping out. But yeah, I mean, love it. Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Special thanks to Patreons. Thank you to all Patreons. Now I'm watching the credits. These are people that were supporting me at that time on Patreon. Their names. You can be in my future documentaries there in the credits if you support me on Patreon. Later on I can explain how. But this is the end of the first chapter. Remember, it's not the last one. So this is Silver vs Red F1 2017. But there are more documentaries about this rivalry. But before to say goodbye, guys, as always, as I said before, Patreon. Where is Patreon? Patreon.com/flows. The link will be available on the comments below. Also, I will place a card where you can get access to my Patreon here if you watch the live replay. Basically, it's a platform where people can support my work as a content creator. There are two memberships. The supporter ticket, that is for people that only wants to support my work here on Patreon, just that. And the premium pass, that if you are in the premium pass, you will receive extra benefits, like access to my Patreon feed and your name written forever at the end of every new video, okay? For people, my feed on Patreon, basically, my feed on Patreon is all the content that I share here. The content that I share in my Patreon is exclusive content like behind the scenes, talking about my documentaries, details about the creation process of my videos, some exclusive videos. For example, in the collection Silver vs. Red, you can listen and to know the name of each song that sound in all Silver vs. Red documentaries. Here, the post is blocked. Obviously, it's only for people that have the premium pass or the people that bought this collection on Patreon. Because a lot of people asking me, what is the name of the song that sounds in that moment? Which is the name? That's why I create this playlist where people can listen every single song of the documentary by themselves to get access to an official playlist I created some years ago where the songs that appears in the Silver vs. Red documentaries are by order, chronologically. There are some posts more where I explain how I remastered the documentary because the version we watched today was the remastered version. I improved the graphics, the colors of the documentary in comparison to the previous version I uploaded to YouTube for the first time. So in this post, you can get access to a lot of cool information that is very cool to know in case you are a big fan of my documentaries. This is for people that is big fan of my documentaries, of my work. Patreon.com/floss. There are more collections like the Silver War, the Ethan 1, the Docu Edit F1 2024. My driver edits. I have a full collection where I explain secrets of my driver edits, all our driver edits I was making during all these years about Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, a lot of secrets behind. It's very, very interesting if you are a big fan of my work, as I said. So this is a way to support my channel, okay? Just that. And also to be part of my exclusive community on Patreon. And the other thing that, as always, sometimes the t-shirt with the official logo of the documentary Clash of Champions, for people who is asking where is possible to get. It's possible. It is Floss Store. And this is the t-shirt. You can get it not only in red, in black and silver, with the official logo type, designed by me. It's designed by myself. And not only that, you can find pullover hoodies with the logo type, different colors, silver, black, mugs for coffee, water, whatever you are drinking, with different color hooks, yellow, black, red, posters, Silver vs. Red, all in silver, Silver vs. Red, all in red, with the two logotypes of the both documentaries, the 2017 Clash of Champions, 2018 5 or Nothing, all in red, and the other version is on silver. I have this one in my room, and it's really cool, I have to say. Also, the link to the store will be available in this card for people that is watching the replay of this live stream, and also in the comments below I will put the link later on. So, basically, guys, that was the story of Silver vs. Red Clash of Champions. One of the rivalries I enjoyed most, making the documentary and reliving it. I hope you too. And before to say goodbye, let me say thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It was really fun to share all the documentary with some of you. Thank you for staying here in the live. For people that was not commenting but was staying here also, thank you so much, guys. It's what makes fun this thing. To be with all of you commenting the documentary, watching is the reason why I made these videos, these lives. And it's not the end, of course. Next documentary we will be watching is the sequel of this one. This Silver vs. Red. Is this one? Silver vs. Red F1 2018 5 or Nothing. The continuation for the championship fight next season. Now both drivers are 4 times F1 World Champions. Both drivers, each driver 4 times F1 World Champion. Probably never happen again, only this season. And let's see what happened. But this is something we have to watch in the next live or next watch along. That for people that is watching the replay a long time ago will be available here. The watch along of the next documentary, Silver vs. Red F1 2018 5 or Nothing. For the rest of the people, guys, as I said, thank you so much for staying there and see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.